Good morning. You're all excited for the toilet shenanigans.
Yeah. It's
Make
on
sure
the
you've
table,
got
isn't
your
it?
fucking best frock on.
Who silenced
And
her?
you're on mute.
Yep, Mark. I don't know what's happened. I think
Oh, sorry. Your
Shazad,
phone's
people
saying I'm
can't
low on
read your
battery.
comments because of the
yeah,
background.
fair enough.
It was me battery.
Okay,
But
Tanya.
I always have my special toys charged next to the bed. Shazad said we're all sorted, baby.
Okay, thank you. All right. I just want to know that I'm still there. I'll just have to squeeze you in somewhere. I mean,
Listen to
Mark.
me. Listen to me, please. Can you please change the back screen? Because I can't see any comments, darling.
Well, we're not.
And I
It's
don't
not
want a Happy Meal. I want fucking Big Mac extra sauce.
okay. I'm not going to be doing that because we're not going to turn. We're going to turn off the comments.
Yeah,
Because
but you're not turning off the comments again.
yeah, I am.
Oh,
Because people.
you're just like
I
fucking
won't read
stout.
them.
Bye
Well,
for
the thing.
now,
Okay.
bitches. Love you,
Okay.
bye.
Okay. Bye, bye, Tanya. Thank you very much for coming up. Come again.
Oh, don't be
Okay.
like that with her.
What? I said come
You've been
again?
flirting all day today with her. Don't lead her on and then just run her off.
No, she left. I didn't leave. She left. Here's big boy Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hey guys.
You okay, Chris?
Yeah, I've just had a bit of a day to myself today. So I'm
Well,
sort of gather my thoughts and stuff.
while we're just getting these likes up, Shazad, can you just go through what I've just sent you, what I've just said to you? Because I really want to address that before I do anything else.
What is that?
You know what I've just sent you
Okay,
about what
well,
she put out?
you because we're still waiting for the likes. We're only on 5K, so there's some time to,
Yeah, I know,
before we
but that's
start.
what I'm saying.
So,
Look, while we're waiting to start
yes,
mining your
yes,
story, do
yes,
you want
yes,
to?
yes,
Will you just talk
yes,
about that?
yes, we will do. I just want to address Chris first. Chris, this live involves you because I obviously met you, saw you first in start of October, but we're covering the month of November, and this is a heavily aspect of yourself. So please do stick around. I'm gonna drop you, Chris, if that's okay, because this live is about
Yeah.
November and when we first met. So do stick around. If you don't want to come
Yeah, of
into the
course.
box,
I always stick around, so
okay, cool.
I just wanted to check in because I ain't spoke to you both today. So I'll definitely stick around, and if you need me to
Yeah,
come up.
yeah. But what I do need from you is what I do need from you, Chris, is to hit the like buttons. Look, there's this Cockney blockhead who's going crazy on the like. So please, can you start liking it? Get up to about 10.
My finger hurts though, but like I'm saving it for you,
I'm just going to
Shazad.
drop you, mate. And obviously, this is a really fast-paced
Somebody else who wants a piece of
development,
you?
and then something that's obviously. I know. There's another one as well. But anyway, I just want to address something because Vimto wants us to start off by, before we go back to our story, something's happened today. This is just so fast paced. Everything's moving so fast. But Vimto, the floor is yours. What do you want to have to address today before we start?
Okay, I've been on to Michelle's thing because she put up a video about Claire Bear this afternoon, saying that Claire basically was a ruggie, and she'd been hoovering up upper nostrils and all this stuff.
Just
Anyway,
one
when
second,
I've
Vimto.
told Claire,
Just 1 second.
listen, when
Just
I've
one
told
second.
Claire,
Just 1 second, Vimto. 1 second, please. For the people that don't know who Claire Bear is, just can you tell me, because I don't know who Claire Bear is. So can you just tell us who Claire Bear is and just give us the right context so we can understand what's happening?
Claire Bear is one of the first victims of Stell, who
Oh,
he took a picture of her son, and he kept it on his phone and he wouldn't delete it. And this is how Jodie got involved with Stell because she was trying to get Stell to delete the picture of Claire Bear's son out of his phone and he wouldn't. And then he went on to absolutely ruin Claire Bear's life. She had to move house because of him. She had to move her kids and schools. He stopped her money. He said that all kinds of horrible things about Claire that weren't true. So that's who Claire is.
okay, thank you. So Claire Bear is one of the Stell's first victims, and this is how Jodie got involved. Okay, and this is how Jodie got involved, and then eventually this Stella Andrews guy has turned on Jodie and got her son's picture and also put it up there. So that's the context, isn't it? Go ahead, continue. What's happening?
So Claire Bear's been in a lot of lives I've been in today. And she messaged me just to ask if I were okay. After like a long day of being on live. And I said to her, yeah, I'm good, like, I'm okay, thanks. Because I'd had a few hours sleep by then. Anyway, I just told her, I said, have you seen the video that Queen's put up about you? And Claire said, no, hang on, let me have a look. And first of all, she couldn't find it. Then she asked me what account, so I told her. And then from there, she said, I can't see the video. Like, and then sent me a screenshot of it. And in the time I've been asleep, about 3 hours, she's took down the video of Claire, but she's put a video up of Natalie's mum. Now, Natalie is my friend, for you guys that don't know, who was murdered. And Nat's mum's been through enough. You know, she really don't need this stuff, making her life a misery. It's bad enough as it is. That guy's being let out of jail early on good behaviour. You know, the kids are still, you know, the one's only about 13, 14. The other one's about 21. You know, they're just babies still. And, you know, and now she's gone and she's put Natalie's mum's face up on her profile just for badness, just to get at me. No other reason apart from she knew that it would get to me. And now, like, you know, I ain't saying they'll ever run into the post. They probably won't, but Jesus, what a horrible thing to fucking do.
Yeah, terrible, terrible. And I just want to highlight that if you've not joined us previously, Vimto has, you know, opened up about her past. And one of the things was the loss of her best friend, Nat, many years ago. And as far as Vimto's concerned, Nat's parents took her, Vimto in like their own child. So even though you know, they're not biologically related, as far as Vimto's concerned, those are like her surrogate parents that she's also had to abandon because of the loss of her sister, of her best friend Nat. And you know, this is the level of debauchery. There's like, she's just looking to find the most. Queen is looking to find the most terrible thing to, you know, press the buttons, and that's what a troll does. There's no limits. There's no limits.
She wants to put out Nat's mum and this, that, the other.
Yeah.
I was going to be a nice person. I weren't going to talk about her family and stuff. But now, after I've done these lives with you, you bet your balls I'll be returning the favour and talking about how her mum was a druggie and falling asleep while I've got her kids in her care. Or I'll be talking about all of that, guys, on my own live, Tan's live, anybody's live that'll have me. So you look out for that.
You know, at the end of the day, look, you know, Vimto, you know, the format of my lives is not.
I'm not doing it on. I'm not doing it on your lives.
Vimto,
I'm sorry,
Vimto,
I'm angry right now.
No, Vimto. The thing is, you do whatever you need to do. This is your time to speak. You can say those things on my live as well, but all I ask is that you don't do it from a place of emotion, because you know she's trying to. This is what these trolls. They try to get you to lose your temper. And then they sit back and laugh at you.
There's some interesting things going to come. I'm hoping it's going to be. I'm hoping to have finished our story in time for me to give you guys the biggest thing that you will have ever heard about Queen. And before anybody can say, oh, it's because of Nat's mum, I've told Shazad this over 2 weeks ago. And I've also told Tan, I think. No, I ain't told Tan. But I told you over 2 weeks ago, didn't I?
Yeah. So obviously these lives, this is her bestie, and the things that we're going to be revealed today, you know, Michelle Matthews can't out them. All she can out is the WhatsApp messages, which, you know, Vimto's already done that, and Queen is now trying to do that. But we're going to give you some really big insight into the psychological makeup of Queenie. And I think that's what we're building up to. Hopefully we'll do it by the end of play today. If not, we've got a last session, because I'm sure Rangi and Neo want to have a say. We want to, just remember the schedule is, after we've done the Vimto files expose here, we're going to have Rangi and Neo on here, telling us how they've been impacted by this, a question and answer session, and then finally my summary of what's been happening. So hopefully we're doing this over today and tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be finishing with Vimto's story. So today, the only thing we're doing today is covering the month of November. All right, we're not going to have Rangi and Neo up today. Hopefully that'll be tomorrow, and you'll be by this stage I've finished. But Vimto, if you want to work with other people like Tanya Queen and other people to expose, you could do that.
You've never said to me, don't. You've only ever asked me to wait until this is been done, and this is nearly done now.
Yes,
So
it is.
I can do whatever I want now.
Yeah,
It
that's
doesn't
right.
matter because the biggest part of the story after tonight will be out, and
Yeah.
there'll be nowhere to hide for her.
Well, there's this Tanya Queen, and she's saying, God, you like dragging things out. And it's true, mate. I'm not a quick wham bam, thank you, ma'am, in the toilet type of guy. All right. I like to take things really slowly, wine and dine, and drag it out for a couple of months, innit? I know your type, Tanya, all right? A quickie in the toilets doesn't do it for me, mate. Right? So I like to drag things out and be patient. I'm slowly climaxing to a situation. So you need to be patient. All right. You just want everything straight away, and it just spoils everything, doesn't it? So yeah, so I think what's been happening today is, as you can appreciate, as a result of our lives, patient, methodical as I am, lots of things are happening in the background. Paul, who was part of this group, the Fab Four they were originally, has also yesterday walked away. Now that's a big thing. That's another one of Michelle Matthews' good friends that has seen the light and seen her for the monster that she is, and has walked away. So that's a big news in itself. So, and then, as you can appreciate, there was a live yesterday done by Queenie. No doubt she's come toing this live where she's desperately trying to do damage control so that she can get her receipts out before anything else. Mind you, people, we've not even shown any receipts so far. All I've been trying to do for the last 4 episodes or 3 episodes is simply give you the right context and framing for it, and then we don't even have to give you anything. You'll understand who they are. But in the background, there's a lot of work that's been taking place by Stella, by Queenie, to undermine everything that Vimto's saying. I like to remind people that from the 15th of November until the 3rd of December, for a period of 3 weeks, Vimto's not said a one word. And that's what all I've asked Vimto to do, is don't entertain these people. They've been shooting their mouth, shooting their bullets, trying to antagonize her. And trust me, it's been a job telling her, look, please remain calm, trust the process. And these people will be, exhausted at the end of it. So she has luckily worked with me, and I've worked with her. And we've waited until the 3rd of December. Now, I was told by Queenie that last Thursday, on the 26th of November, that she's going to come off the app. All just another teaser. She's back here again, yabbering her mouth, yabbering her gums. She was doing that something last night to derail us. And I've just been informed today that she's gone and attacked or verbally attacked somebody who simply was saying, please don't put my number out on your live. Just blur it out, because I'm a vulnerable young woman, and if you put my number out, there's going to be a lot of weirdos ringing me up. That's a reasonable request from a vulnerable woman. And Michelle, being Michelle, I just attacked her verbally, not physically, but and you can see it on my post today that she's been attacked. All right, so Shazad, please let Vimto speak. Waited 3 days for this. Okay. All right. People, we're at, what is
Come on,
it?
you've got
23K.
you're on 23. Kai, look, yeah, you're being greedy, you naughty boy.
I know. All right, go on, Vimto. The floor's yours. I'm going to shut up.
Now tell me where we got to last night. Just give me a rough idea where we got to last night, because I forgot.
Okay, so last
day, guys.
I know, nobody's. So last night we got to Halloween, where all hell broke through, and it's the start of November. All right, and
what's up? The videos out.
Yeah.
So at that point as well, right? I need to remake this point. Michelle had got an appointment booked on the 31st of Halloween Day, to go and have some cosmetic procedures done to her face. That she obviously very much needed, because irrelevantly of the fact that me and Paul had been up since 7 o'clock, because I'd rang Paul and I would constantly, I woke him up and I said, look, Shazad's done this. I said, and he's on about going in a bedroom, the little weirdo. He's such and then me and Paul were panicking. When we eventually woke Queenie up, she came in, the call, and we gave her the message that Shazad had sent. And she, Paul, I bet you do, because me and you were panicking that day. And Paul was saying to her, don't go out, stay in, look, you're at risk. Please don't go out, Shell. You've been saying about this guy parking outside your house, and you worry, you're scared. Why are you going out? You don't need the face injections and stuff. Please just stay in the house. You ring the police and get it reported. And Michelle was like, well, I ain't that bothered. I can report it tomorrow. And Paul were like losing his mind at this point, and I were, to be fair. And we were saying, look, you ain't safe, man. You need to just stay in and ring the police. And she were like, no, I'm going to get my stuff done. I've waited a week for my appointment. And Paul was saying, look, you've said about the taxi drivers in your area, like you're saying that them are in with it, and you know, like me and Paul were like proper losing it, like saying to her, you need to stay in where the lads are and stuff, you know, don't go out there on your own and get it in taxis. And should you, yeah, right, you're right, Paul, she just wouldn't listen. So me and Paul were like, well, we might as well come off the call, because if she ain't bothered, there's nothing we can do, you know. So we got off the call, and then Shazad sent another message, the second one. And I sent it to Michelle, and I sent it to Paul straight away, and we all jumped back in a call. To us, to me and Paul, you know, it made it like, it reiterated the fact of what we already felt like we knew about Shazad, and him being, you know, going to go and kidnap her and stalk her and everything. And we were just like begging her not to go out, begging her to phone the police and that. And she weren't having it. She said she could do it tomorrow, and like it weren't that serious. And we were like, it is that serious. Why are you not taking it serious? Well, obviously, she weren't taking it serious because she was never scared of him. Never. Do you know what I mean? Not even when he parked outside her house and stuff. She weren't scared, you know. And to be honest with you, you know, the relationship they had were weird, but what I feel like it is like she's flirty with him, he's flirty with everyone. And what it is she, you know, a lot of time Michelle spends on her own. I feel like she's like bored at home and she don't get a lot of compliments. So when she's had compliments her and says he loves her and says, oh, you're beautiful, and she plays up to it, and you know, but like me and Paul was still on the outskirts of that, being like worried for her safety, you know, like we didn't know, we genuinely at that point didn't know, you know. So there was another couple of messages through the day. I got one while she was in the shop even, and I just texted her and said there's another message, and then she started moaning at me not to text her while she were out and send her these stupid messages. And I was like, listen, these messages are coming about you. You know, you ain't trying to even protect yourself here. Me and Paul are trying to like keep you safe, and you don't care. And she was like, well, you know, I'm out and I'm doing my thing. I'm in a shop full of people that are hardly going to come in here and kidnap me and whatever. And we were saying to her, well, you know, you're saying about the taxi drivers in your area, you know, like you need to be, you know, keeping safe. You need to be like, at least you know, at the morning we were saying take one of your lads with you, take Lee with you, you know, but she wouldn't listen anyway. So there were another few messages through the day. She eventually got home. I think it was about 5 o'clock, and she was like, "Oh God, look at my face. It's all bruised, and you know it looks terrible." And she just weren't even addressing it. Look, me and Paul were like absolutely horrified, and she was like, "Oh come on, guys, I'm gonna do it in the morning. I'll phone him tomorrow." And we were like, "What good is it phoning him tomorrow if he was coming to get you today? You know, like." You may as well not bother if that's the case, because the damage will have already been done, you know, and we ain't gonna know because we don't live by you. You know, you're there on your own, and when you don't answer your phone, and sometimes it can be for 12 hours at a time, you know, she don't answer her phone, and we don't know if she's been kidnapped, took off, or anything at that point. So, you know, so we left it at that. And then we had another one. It was the very last one of the night. What time did you send that? Can you remember, Shazad?
Well, I remember specifically when I sent it, because this video that I made was as a result of her making a video about me and her being in bed together. So it was a bit of a flirtatious one. So she made a video on the 17th of October, all right, and it was basically, and it was addressed to Talib. Said, "Look, hey Talib, late nights, hey," and he had a ghost picture on it. And I thought, all right, so she's playing a bit of a tongue in the cheek here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Ghostface, you know, the scary guy movie. I'm gonna pick her up and kidnap her. So I had this video made, and I wouldn't release it until I thought, when can I release it? Timing is perfect. No, timing has to be perfect. So I was waiting for Halloween, and then what happened is that me and Michelle on the 22nd or 23rd of October had like a 2 hour conversation, two hour conversation while Dave was there, and she was going into surgery, and she goes, "Look, I'm going to surgery this morning, so I need to get off." It was really like pleasant. So why would I be talking to her on the 22nd of October, the 23rd of October? Really pleasant. And then what happened as a consequence? She did contact me on WhatsApp saying, "Look, my surgery was okay. Don't worry about me." By this time, I've looked at my TikTok, and she's blocked me. So I said, "Is everything okay?" She goes, "Yeah, it's fine." So I thought, all right, you cheeky cow, you keep on blocking me, so I'm just going to block these guys. So then from the 23rd onwards, I think Monday or Tuesday, I kept on getting loads of calls, group chats from Vimto, Stella, and everybody else, and I just was ignoring them. And then what happened is that on the day, I was waiting till Halloween, so it had to be past midnight. So at 15:15 or 10 past midnight, Michelle Matthews and Stella called me up. I just ignored them. Actually didn't. I just didn't even see their call. Then I released the video around about 20 past or 12:30 on Halloween. That's the day I released it. But by this time, she's blocked. Queenie's blocked me because I kept on putting her into a group chat with Stell and with Vimto, and so she's not seen this. So what's happened is that I'm really annoyed because I'm trying to send her the direct messages, the message of me kidnapping her and the video that I created for Halloween just to scare her. Because you got to remember, me and Michelle are in a relationship. It's not a romantic relationship, but it's one where we talk to each other all the time. She was there sending me happy Eid cards, and I was always there, and I wanted to just scare my friend. That's all it was. I have always seen her as my frenemy. So I sent this video around about 12:30. They didn't get it, so I then had to go put it in the group chat and give it to Vimto. But Vimto didn't see this message until 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I think that's where it was. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, but what time did you send the very last video you sent to me in that group chat? Because there was only me in there. What time was it that you sent the very last one? I'm sure it was about 11 o'clock at night, like to end the saga for you. Like,
I don't have my phone with me. I can't remember really. But what was the last video about?
Do you know what? I can't even remember. It's like
okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Anyway,
I mean, the reality is that
saga about 11 o'clock that night, and it was basically,
Oh yes, I think I remember. Sorry, Vimto. I think I remember. I made another video of like sex on the beach. All right, where I got mask face and stuff like this, just to show that it was actually a Halloween prank. All right, and nothing serious.
Yeah,
I think
it was non-threatening, non-evasive. It was just like, "How I got you guys," But it's still, we didn't see it as that. Well, she might have done, but me and Paul was still like, "Oh my god, this is vulgar." Do you know what I mean? Because we didn't know how to take you at the time. Do you know what I mean? I'd had phone calls with you, but mine were always scripted. I hadn't had what I consider a one-to-one conversation that weren't. Well, I'd had one with you where I come to you and asked you to look into Stell, but you hadn't done that and you hadn't come back to me on anything. And I was like, "Oh yeah, you're a fucking shitbag as well then, if that's the case." So at this point, I was still umming and ahhing about what you were doing, because I don't know, So yeah, and then it come to what happened after that? Can you?
Yeah. So obviously, I think the next big issue is the next day, which was the 1st of November. Because as far as I was concerned, I've scared the crap out of you, and it's a bit of fun, but it was only going to be for 24 hours. So I did towards the end of Halloween, let you know it was a bit of a prank. But she never was felt threatened. There's a question that's a bit I don't understand. Is Shazad and Michelle friends? I think we've always been frenemies. I've made that quite clear. Not friends, not enemies, but somewhere in between. I'm here to troll and roast her. That's the reality, and we've got this like very bizarre relationship. Well, it's all like so it's like a love-hate relationship, if you can understand. It's complicated. Let's put it that way. So I hope you understand. Now the big thing was that I was thinking that all of you guys are in a group of trolls targeting me. All right, because that's what the impression was the day before on Thursday, because you were all together, and then I'm thinking like,
I ain't sure. We're gonna have to test this theory out because I'm sure that on a couple of them calls there were nobody listening. It might be that me and Shell was in a call with Stell and Paul. Them have dropped off, and it was just me and Shell on the call, but it might have showed it as a group call, and it wouldn't show you that they've dropped out. I'm 99% sure that happened. You know,
you have to understand what my perception was. It's all about perceptions,
yeah,
isn't
I know
it?
that.
I perceived you guys as a threat, and you kept on calling me like every single day, and I wasn't taking your calls. And then I wanted to scare you guys. And then what happened was that the next day, Stell rang me up, at 8 o'clock. And then by this stage, I think your relationship with Stell or Queenie had really broken down. And, then I told him that, everybody needs a bit of chocolate brown love in their life, if you remember. And I had started sending you messages. But so Stell contacted me for the first time on his own on a telephone call, which he now claims was a mistake on his part. But then I text him rather than call him, and we started texting each other. And then what had happened was I did remember that you wanted to find something on Stell. And I thought, look, I've done Vimto's job for her now, because when Stell was coming up to me saying, oh, why are you threatening and intimidating? Leave Michelle alone. I said, well, this is a bit rich from you, mate, because on the one hand, you're coming to defend Michelle Matthews and telling me to back off, and yet you've got her mum's death certificate on one of your pages. I think it was TikTok Slayer account. And I thought, that's a bit odd. And so what I did was I put you all back into that group. Michelle Matthews, Stella, you were always in the group, which was the WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
And then I put that out there. Just simply to throw him under the bus, and then he's told me to F off. But Michelle Matthews had seen that, and I thought mission complete here, because those two then would have had to, she would have had to resolve that. So I thought I'd done my job there. Little did I know in the background, all hell was breaking loose anyway. And so then you passed on the messages.
That message, and I'd said, bear in mind, I'd already sent one of these messages to say that on the 22nd of October to say that I didn't want to be in a friendship group. I weren't coping with it, and I didn't like Stell. I've never liked Stell. I just wanted to be out of it. I'd offered her the option.
Vimto, I think at this stage, I think you need to read that message.
Right, hold on then, let me just pull it up.
I think it's important, because you want receipts. What? All right, you go find it. I'll tell you now. Vimto has told you on this live.
I'll find it.
Yeah, you find it, all right. So what I want to highlight is that Vimto has told Michelle Matthews, I don't like this Stell guy. He's a bit dodgy since the start of June. All right, and she's only stayed in this relationship because of Michelle Matthews and her love or bestie relationship. So she's been forced to have a relationship with Stell since June, and then July, August, I've disappeared, and she's always felt that, look, I don't like Stell, I want to stay away from Stell, but because Michelle Matthews wants a relationship with Stella, she's put up with it. And when she first contacted me in October, she did contact me. She'll openly confess that she wanted to find something on Stell so that to get rid of him, because it was just, she was feeling very intoxicated, like it was a very toxic relationship with Stell. She never liked him, but she put up with him because of Michelle Matthews' relationship, because Michelle Matthews wanted a relationship and with Stell, and Vimto just wanted to support her bestie. But it got to a point on the 22nd of October when effectively Vimto's had enough. Vimto wants to walk away from this relationship, and this was on the 22nd of October, and she's basically, if you let her read this message, and you will see how desperately she's telling her bestie, look, if you care for me, please, I'm suffering here, let me go. So she's looking to, I think at this stage, Vimto has reached breaking point on the 22nd of October. She's come back to me and told me to look into Stell. I've not done anything. All right, I've not got back to her and stuff. In the background, quite a lot of things have been happening between Vimto and Michelle and Paul and everything else. But I think for Vimto, the breaking point came on the 22nd of October, and so she wrote a very long text message to Queenie explaining this, which she's now going to read here. What I want the viewers to focus in on is that everybody's blaming Vimto, but Vimto was giving the early indication. She has always told Queenie, look, I don't like the Stell guy, he's a bit dodgy, I don't find him pleasing. Or she's always had, like, she just said, I've got like a airy feeling about him, and stayed in this relationship with Queenie for the sake of, all right, she's back now, I'm going to put you on the big box.
Okay, thanks. Right, guys, this is my message to Michelle, and I fucking feel like such an idiot reading this out now, but I'm upset, but I'm gonna walk away. It's not fair on me or you. I'm gonna make it easy. So no vids, no talking. It's easy. So no vids, no talking on you. That anyone. Not that anyone will, but if they ask where I am, just say that you have help from Paul, and it means that I could go back to decoying, and I'll say the same, so there's no awkward questions. I just can't be around people who have Stell around them and Jem. I don't want to. I never asked you to choose, but saying I'll stay out of your lives, that's all I'd said. Makes you feel like that. I hate that you think that of me, but it is what it is.
And then July, August, I've disappeared, and she's always felt that, look, I don't like Stell, I want to stay away from Stell.
Think that of me. I hope you get that Rangi, the fucking dirty bastard he is. You take care of yourself and your family. This is putting you first here, so you don't feel like you need to choose now, and you don't have to feel like that again. I'm the problem, so I'll take myself out of the way. There's no more problem then. It's that simple. Take care. Sorry, the last thing here, and I won't have to bother you again. Do you want me to explain to Paul, or will you do it? That was my message to Michelle.
Yeah, so that was a message. I want people to keep in context that message was sent to Michelle on the 22nd of October, clearly highlighting, look, I'm really intoxicated, like drowning in this friendship, and I want to walk away. And what was her response to that? What did she do? Nothing. She just ignored you crying out to her because, you put it in a text message to her. What was her response actually?
Oh, I've got a restriction, guys.
Remove him. I'm going to drop you then, mate.
Okay.
Dear, oh dear. Well, see, everybody, you let Vimto talk and she gets a restriction. I don't even know what that restriction's about. I don't think there was anything wrong there that she said. But evidently, TikTok find it's... well, we need Vimto back. You see, even though I talk a lot, I keep it, PG, you bitches, all right? And yet she said something, and she can come straight back up. Yeah, if she invites herself, or if she comes up, and she can come up. All right, here we are, accept. All right. Your visibility is restricted.
It's just a visibility restriction, so I won't be...
Right, sorry, it keeps on saying remove Vimto Bubbles. Vimto, can you come in on another account or something? Bloody hell. Damn you, TikTok. What's happening here? Right, we're going to take a 5-minute break then. I'm going to speak to Neo Anderson if he's coming up. That's 10 minutes ban, maybe. Maybe a 10-minute ban. Let's get Neo Anderson. Hello, Mr. Anderson. All right. More weird stuff. Oh, here we go. We're coming on. Right. Let's just stop this. Just
Yeah, I'm in on Mark's account.
So obviously I'm not going to take you now. I'm not getting.
look, there's a lot of echoing. Vimto, there's a lot of echo
Yeah, it's
going.
because I've just turned the other one off. It's okay now.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Okay, well, just 1 second, Vimto. I hope you guys appreciate this. You got the live and Vimto banned for that message, and that message I just want to reiterate is simply saying that look, I'm drowning in this friendship. I love you, girl, and I want to respectfully move away. That's a mature attitude to take. All right, to say, look, I love you, but I want to walk away from this relationship, and that I want you to remember the context and time frame. 22nd of October that happened. On that very day, me and Michelle are talking late hours into the night at 2 o'clock because the next day she's going to surgery. All right, so you know that time frame is important. So anyway, Vim, to continue, we were on this situation. I want to just highlight this point, and then eventually, when the relationship breaks down on the I think 10th or 12th of November, because you've taken the mature approach and stated to her, look, I want out. She's not provided you with any so-called aftercare. She's not taken your feelings into considerations. She just continued. It's all about me, and Michelle Matthews show. So anyway, continue.
She was okay with that, and she said that she'd sort it with Paul, because I weren't going to put Paul in a position where he had to choose between me and the group, because I knew, like, even though I'd said I'm never going to talk on you or anything, and I genuinely weren't. I genuinely, like, even now I've sat back for weeks without, like, saying anything, because I didn't know what to do to begin with, because I didn't want to talk about it, and I didn't want to talk about her, but she started doing stuff about me, and I weren't given a choice anymore. I had to then do something, but then I'd got that much evidence and that much stuff and messages that it took me 3 weeks to get it all down and get it all.
Vimto, let's just slow down. We're not in any rush here. We're on there coming towards the end of October.
I'm just saying, look.
Yeah.
So yeah, I sent her that message, and she were quite happy with that. And then we didn't speak, for a few days. We didn't speak again then until she spoke to Chris, and Chris had said, but bear in mind, guys, Chris is vulnerable, and I ain't got no malice against Chris for what he did. If anything, I understand Chris, and I feel so sorry for what she did.
Vimto, I think you're rushing ahead. I just need you to slow it down a little, because the thing with Chris happens around about mid-November. I just want to take everybody down to what happened on Halloween Day, and then the 1st of December, because like the 1st of December is when Stella.
1st of December.
No, sorry, 1st of November. Sorry, 1st of November.
1st of November. That was the very last messages I sent to Queen, which were on the 10th. Because I was saying to you, and you said, yeah, I think you should read that message now. So I read it out and showed it.
Sorry, we'll do that then. We'll do that right now then. So on the 22nd, Vimto wrote this message. Can you read the other message that you sent her on, I think, the 10th of November? Remember, this is now 3 weeks later. Can you read that message?
The first one I sent her to say that, like, I didn't want to be in the friendship.
You've already read the text messages, but in November, the first message, yes, I think that's very PC. That's very, I think on the 10th of November, you amicably, once again, having put up with it for a couple of weeks, then sent her another polite message saying, look, I need to get out of this relationship.
Yeah, because after I'd sent her that first message, she was like, no, girl, I love you. I don't want you to walk away. I want to walk away from Paul and Stell myself. We just got to come away slowly, because you know what Stell's like. Him and Paul have got their own thing. They can move away from us now, and they can do their own thing. They've got each other as friends. And me and you can go off, and we can be just back to being me and you, and and I said to her, you don't need to be just me and you. I just don't want to be in a friendship with Stell. I don't, Paul's not done anything. He can stay with us. It's just Stell I don't want to be friends with.
If you read the comment and tell him a lot, people are going to leave. What is he saying? People are going to leave for what?
Because
I don't know who this guy is. Liverpool.
It's Cruella.
Pardon?
It's
What does she
Cruella.
want?
She
All right.
wants us to read out the comments as well.
All right. She's on about the background.
I have, Paul, yeah.
Can you the background be changed, please? It's hurting my eyes. So she wants to change the background?
Yeah, because nobody can read the comments, like, because it's in the white bit. When it first starts, it's in the white bit, where it says Vimto, and nobody can read what's being said by other people.
All right, I'll try to get onto this. I don't know what to change it to. But anyway, you continue talking. I'll change the background. You people are proper picky, aren't you? Is anybody paying a ticket? You can get your tickets refunded if you like. Jokers. Anyway, you continue, Vimto. I'm trying to get this background changed.
So I said to Michelle, like, I didn't want anybody to feel like they had to choose. So Rose, yeah, so I said to Shell, look, I don't want anybody to feel like they need to choose. I'm the one with the issue, so I'll walk away. Like, I ain't got a problem doing that. Like, I just want to be away from Stell. I don't care what it takes. Like, I'd rather lose everybody and have nobody than have to be friends with him. I just literally, I hate the guy. I'd like, because I've seen what he's done to a lot of friendship groups, and, you know, I just don't want to be around him anymore. I can't tell you anything else because that's just the truth. And Paul knows, I'd said it to Paul loads of times as well, you know, that I wanted to be away from Stell. And like him and Shell didn't want that to happen, not for a long time. You know, they were saying, like, look, just give him a chance and stuff, you know, he's all right. And I was like, no, I really don't want to, though. Like, it ain't about if he's okay or not. It's just about the fact of, I don't want to, you know, like, you two can still be friends with him. I just don't want to be his friend. You don't need me to be friends with him. You know, you're adults. You two go and be friends with him. And, you know, you can have a friendship with both of us. And then, so I sent that, and then Shell were like, no, them two can go and do their own thing and this, that, the other. And lots of things happened, like, through that. And then, anyway, I ended up back in a friendship group with them all again. Look, I don't even know how I managed to get talked into it, because this was just Michelle at this point, because Paul didn't know anything that I'd even said it. So I was back in the friendship group, but only for a few days. I weren't in there for long after that. And then I decided I was leaving, and there was no change in my mind the second time.
Would you be able to read that message that you sent her? Just in the context of the first was sent on the 22nd of October, and I just want to read everybody to see the message that you sent. That's the receipts that you had enough this time. Like, a lot's been happening. By the 10th of November, you've wrote her
the one from the 10th of November now, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Right, okay. Let me just get that up. I'm not going to put it on the screen because last time I did, I got a visibility thing, so I'm just going to read it out.
Seats and everything are going to be available from Vimto directly. So, you know, like, we're not here to talk about receipts. We're here to about context and perspective. So I just want people to be aware of that, you know, all this stuff is going to be released soon enough.
Right, the second message, I'm just seeing if I put it in text. Yeah, I did. So the second one were God, this is a long one. Hey Shell, I hope you're feeling better this morning. I've been thinking about everything over the last few days that's happened, and the last few weeks, to be honest. And what you said last night, for the very first time, I felt like you didn't believe me. And what I was telling you, I promise you, I'm not lying to you. But obviously, you don't think that, and I don't understand why. You don't trust me at the minute. What I've told you, Stella's said, and all of the stuff about the people on TikTok. I mean, Stella, of all people, who can't lie straight in bed, and I'm unsure why you feel like that. And I'm unsure about what you want to do. 1 minute you want to walk away from Stella and Paul because they're always causing shit with people. Then we get on a call with them and you've changed your mind about them. It's hard for me to work out what I'm even supposed to do. But for the first time ever, I feel like walking away and staying away. I just want to leave you guys in you three in the friendship group. I felt like I was getting the blame for what Stella had done. I mean, he admitted saying it, and then you left the call. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I tried to call you and I tried to text you, and I know that you've been poorly. Right now, I think I should just leave you guys to it. This friendship group thing, it doesn't work for me. I've tried to tell you about Stella, but there's too many people talking. And when I come to you and I tell you what's been said, now you're not going to believe me, even though I've proved myself and had you back 100%. I've loved our friendship and it's meant the absolute world to me, and I love you to bits, but that last night, it's really hurt my feelings, and I don't say that lightly. Since Nat, I've never had a friend that I've let in like you, and I've missed that kind of a friendship for a long time. I've loved every minute of it, and of being your friend, but this is way too much for me. I hate the chat, and then being asked not to say. Mark said to me when I was talking to him earlier that Ange was only here trying to make us fall out a few weeks ago, and he thinks that Stell's been sent in to finish the job, and maybe that's the truth. And trying to make me walk away. Well, he's got what he wanted now, so I hope he's happy. I don't usually write and let people know what I'm thinking, especially when I'm going to walk away. I'd just rather close my account most of the time and change my number. And feeling all kinds of funny about it. Changes when you come back, and it changes when you said it changes when you come back. But that's because I was still waiting for you to say whether you wanted to walk away yourself. I could do the same, but the last thing you said was you were okay with them again. So I stayed in the group, but again, I've had zero sleep worrying about it while everyone else has slept and not having a second thought. And that's not fair to me or Mark, because I sleep all day and he's left doing everything on his own. I'm explaining so I don't just disappear, because I feel you at least deserve an explanation, as you've been my best friend for nearly a year. It's not you, it's Stella, and I feel trapped into it. I hate it. And you not believing me last night and then coming back to sort it. I can't deal with it. I've never lied to you. I just don't understand what it is. I hope things with you in the group go well, and they stick by you, like I have, and good luck with your stuff, and I hope you sort the stuff out with Rangi. I promise you, anything you've told me will stay with me. I've told you this before, and I am not going to talk on you, so you don't have to worry. And could I ask that you just don't talk on me either, because I don't deserve that. I've done nothing to anyone, and I wish you all the best. With the work that you do, keep it up and keep the focus. I know you'll get there and get that bastard in the end. Time's ticking for him anyway. I'm just going to leave it here. So look after yourself and your family. You guys are fab. I love you. And that was it. That was the very last message I sent to Queen.
Okay, you know what is, Vimto? I think what's happened, this is a very emotional thing. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just take a breather, get a glass of water or something. Just take a breather, and I'm just going to, just gather your emotions, and I'll bring you back, all right? Just take a couple of seconds. This is somebody did a little picture of me, okay? Little gangster, okay? All right, so yeah, Tanya, unfortunately, I'm going to talk now, because I just want to highlight to you guys, because you can tell she's really emotional, but you want her to continue to drive her to tears and stuff. She's opened up her heart to Queenie. Remember, this is a message that she sent on the 10th of November, all right, to her best friend, all right, and telling her, look, please, I just can't do it anymore. Remember, she had also sent that message on the 22nd of November, which you just read and got, where we just got, a ban for. So that was on the 22nd of November, and a lot of things are happening, and she just had enough. Now, nobody should be forced to be in a relationship with a toxic person, especially someone like Stella, who we've all now seen his conduct and behavior. I think, if anybody's called out Stella for what he is today, and in the recent couple of days, you've all seen what Stella's been doing. I was horrified and mortified to see Stella yesterday at 8 o'clock on, I think, Joe's live, where he was making absolute a tit of himself, and driving another woman to tears. I think Wendy Wu. All right. So, but the person that called it out the most and the earliest was Vimto here. So you have to give us some credit that she said, look, this Stella's a dodgy fella back in June, but she stayed in that relationship for the sake of her best friend. This woman, Vimto, like, she's a cunt. She'll admit it. She's not going to lie about that. She can be a nasty piece of work, but when she's got you as a friend, I can tell you this girl is loyal. She will put herself in the firing line. And that's exactly how me and Vimto started off with. I was trolling Queenie, and she put herself in the firing line and said, look, come on, you're going for one of my friends. Come on, I'll sort you out. And that's how we and Vimto started off with. And it became very, antagonistic. Or I was just like, we've just had a lot of fun, I believe. But the thing is, it's very well to judge somebody. Sorry.
Before I sent that message to her, me and you had that phone call where she sent like 1 million messages to me of things to ask you.
Yeah. Okay. Are you able to show that? Because that shows coercive control. So one of the things I want to show is that now all of a sudden they're saying the big mastermind was Vimto. All right. And, Queen is trying to say, look, I was not the boss. It was all Vimto. Vimto was controlling everything. I'd like to just, while you get those messages, I'd like to remind people that Vimto has always been previously, I think, working with the Stinger community. Her job is to gather information and give it to other people. She's not like a actual Stinger, or she's not the forefront. She works in the backgrounds. And that's exactly what she was doing with regards to Michelle Matthews. And Michelle Matthews is the one that was controlling her. You should listen to how, Vimto's going to show you the messages where literally she was controlling Vimto as a proxy agent. So anything that Vimto's done. So this is one of the things that I wanted to get across to my friend Valerie here. I think, is Valerie still here? Yeah, Valerie's still here. So Valerie is obviously upset with the Vimto for the things that Vimto's done. But try to understand, many of the times Vimto was simply acting as a proxy agent for Queenie. She was acting as a front man, and behind the scenes was the puppet master herself, Clown Queen Bitch, all right, who was pulling the strings. And Vimto's going to just show you the level of control that Queenie had on Vimto.
I can't, because I'm on this account, I can't show them because it won't turn this camera on. So I'm going to have to wait for my visibility restriction to be up so that I can put them onto my phone and show you that way.
Okay, no problem.
Or you can put them up. You've got them as well.
Yeah, but my setup here is not exactly straight because I think, so can you try the phone? Can you come back on and see if the visibility is gone now?
Yeah, I'll do that. Hold on, 2 secs. Yeah.
Can you show your message between you and Michelle, Shazad? Because no one understands why she's... So this is Tanya. Tanya, don't worry. We'll show everything. Don't worry. All right. Wait a minute. What's happened? Here's me again. All right. While we're waiting, let's get Chris up. Does somebody want to come up while we're waiting? Okay, let's just get quickly Tanya up. Invite her. Invitation sent.
Hello, Queen.
Hi, Queen. From one queen to another queen.
Yeah, so what I want to clear up, right, because everyone's dying to know, is why was she screaming and shouting how fucking terrified she was of you and the stalking? You were dangerous. You were putting a family at risk. You were part of Ranji's trafficking team. You were a peddler. We weren't allowed to go near you. But behind the scenes, she was privately messaging you and having a laugh on Halloween, getting a face pump full of fucking plastic, while everyone's thinking she's going to get hurt by you. Like it was all, like, mapped out.
Well, what's the question?
The question is, don't you understand?
No, I understand perfectly. The question you need to be
why was she doing that behind the scenes?
That's a question. That's a question you need to be asking Queenie, don't you? Who knows what Queenie thinks?
Well, okay. There's your answer, guys.
Yeah, but me and Queenie have always been on the level. She's not scared of me, of course. Let's just
Hang
get this
on, she
clear.
said she's terrified. Yeah, she calls you a
Just hold on
pedo.
a second. Hold on a
Because someone
second.
was calling me a pedo, they'd have no teeth. That's what I'm saying.
Vimto, you just hold on a second. When Queenie came to Bradford on the 3rd of October,
She never came to
me,
Bradford, she was sitting in the house. It was all a plan. It was all plotted and lies to make you think she wasn't there.
no, just hold on 1 second. There's a video of her. You can go to Mr. Digital. It's on his page. She came to Bradford, and then we spoke. And if this Vimto will verify this. When we first spoke on the 6th of October, she said, "When are we meeting up?" And I said, "I refuse to meet you on your own without Dave being with you." So Vimto will confirm that if she's so scared of me, why is she wanting to meet up with me on her own? And I had to tell Queenie that I'm only going to meet up with you if Dave, your fella's with you. And she was a bit disappointed then.
So when she went to Bradford, did she meet up with you? Or did
No,
you go to her house?
No, I did not go. I did not know she was in Bradford. I actually found, Paul here, who's Mr. Digital. He had recorded it and put it online. I didn't even
Everyone knew
believe.
she was going to Bradford. It was well advertised.
I know, but
Everyone
I
knew she was
left.
leaving the house.
Just
Did you
hold
go
on.
to her house that day in the car when she was
Just
supposed
hold
to be
on.
in Bradford?
One question at a time. You got to remember.
No. You can answer the question. Like Vimto has to answer the questions. You're not.
Tanya, you have to listen to the answer, though, don't you?
Come on then.
The answer
Did you
was
go to her house when you thought she went to Bradford that day?
no.
No.
And the reason is because I didn't even know anything about what was going on because I left the app. I had left the app in August. I so happened to be watching Rangi's live because I was ill that day on the 3rd of November. I
But she
heard
went to
that
Bradford to meet Ranji, not you.
that's
And
right. Exactly.
it was supposed to have been that you went to her place when she went out that day, but really she was in the house.
She was completely rubbish. You're getting confused here. That was on the 14th of May.
Maybe I am, but that's what I'm saying. Why was she so obsessed with you behind the scenes, but making
The
out that
bottom
you were
line,
bad so
Tanya,
we
is
couldn't
this.
talk to you?
Women are weird creatures, and the bottom line, the answer that you're looking for is that I think she's secretly in love with me, and she can't stand that idea.
I think we all are. Look at you
Now,
on the
well,
screen,
you can have your chance, mate, but you're gonna have to wait for that. It's all right.
No,
Can
I
you
just
drop
wanted
down
to
now,
clear
please?
that up though, she does, because everyone's wondering why she was so pally, but yet she was so making out she was terrified of you and not allowing
Because
other people to speak with you or Angie when it was all
Tanya,
lies anyway.
she was playing the victim card, all right? And she loved that. Nobody loved the fact that I was parked outside her house than she was. Then she never stops mentioning it, does she? Oh, I feel threatened.
She
Strange
should
men
have
are coming
invited you
outside.
in. She probably would have had a better time, wouldn't she? She regrets that now. But anyway, that's
Yeah,
the
well,
point of the matter. The point of the matter is she isn't a victim.
no,
She's a
she never
fucking
has been a
manipulating little
victim.
bitch and she loves the attention. But
That's
now the
right.
attention is on you, girl. And
That's
that's what I'm
it.
saying.
Yeah, no, that's a perfectly right one. Where's my Vimto? She's back here. I'm just
She's
gonna drop you.
hiding. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I back now? Right,
Yeah. Can
okay.
you show us those messages where what Queenie was? Yeah.
I'm just gonna pause this now. The thingy because it's on the screen recording, but I can show you and pause it as I go.
Okay.
Um,
Let me just expand it.
okay, guys, can you see the 2nd of November?
I can't see anything. I can't see anything.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
2nd of November. And this is like me and Shazad had started a call. Michelle were listening. And she would writing what she wanted me to say. So I'm gonna.
Can you read it out, please?
Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I think it's good that you read it out. Start from beginning and just read it out because they will be available so everybody can see. But can you please just read it out to us? And the
I
times.
will try.
Can you read the?
As best as.
All right.
She's asking about
Can you
on
read
that's
the
going to
time
take me
out as
look how
well?
many it is. Hold on then. It's not even going back to the bleeding beginning. Hang on. Okay. Right, it starts at about 11:45 and it says, babe, don't say anything, let him waffle on. Babe, stop. Please, babe, you're saying the wrong things. Please, he's recording us. Just ask why you do. Why does he send stupid things? Tell him we haven't called. Don't agree with him, please don't. He's working with Stell. He's been freaking me out. He's been freaking me out. Babe, please don't fall for it. Babe, stop. You're telling him too much. He's making out we're ringing him, but we had been. It weren't a lie. He's making out we're ringing him. Tell him Stell is using him to threaten me. Say no. No, babe, put it down. You're saying too much. Babe, just leave it. He's recording. Babe, he's working with Stell. He's recording. Babe, come out of the call. Come out of the call. Please, please, please. Babe, just put it down. He's catching us out for Stell. Stop, please. Babe, he's recording you. Recording us. Say no. We haven't contacted him. And then at 12:52, nearly 1 o'clock, I've only just seen these, which I genuinely had. I hadn't seen all the messages because I was busy talking on the phone with Shazad. She put, say no, she hasn't. She must have been asking me to cover up something for her at that point. Tell him I wasn't nice. But even though she had been being nice to Shazad, she wanted me to say, no, Michelle ain't been nice. He's setting me up. Him and Stella setting me up. That's it. Tell him, why are you creeping her out? No, don't. No, stay there and just say, why are you creeping Michelle out? He's creeping me out, threatening to kidnap me after being outside my house just to see what he says. Can you see that there, guys? Tell him he's got the wrong idea. No, don't say that, babe. It's not normal. He's been outside my house. Get him to talk about that. Ask him why he's living with Rangi. Yes, he was. Tell him he had someone say he was with you. Ask him what was he doing for Rangi and Thomas. Get him to talk about Neil, babe. That's more like it. Tell him if he brings Neil back, it will end badly. No, hang on. Sorry, it's run off a bit. Oh no, you don't realise how difficult it is.
I understand. It's gone too far. It will be released. Can you release this on your? Go on.
Yeah, I can upload this to my TikTok, and I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Do it after the live, but just continue reading.
Yeah. Yep. But he's called it out. Call him out. Like, what the fuck? I feel weird by this, babe. Ask him, are they friends then? Ask him, is Stell using him to attack me, or is Stell attacking us with Shazad? Yes, he is. Haha. Tell him, thanks for sharing this. Be nice and say thank you each time, babe, and yes, please. I'm letting him talk. You're mint. Thanks, babe. This is gold. Oh, wow. Oh, no. Oh, wow. Tell him Stell shouldn't be using him as a threat against me. Say who told him. Say it's not for him. Yeah, we want to see. He takes things so serious. It's not him. It's not him personally sharing it. Oh, sorry, guys, it's gone too far again.
It's okay. Just continue reading.
Just continue reading. He's a freak. That was me saying that to Michelle. Oh, wow. He thinks it was personal. Ask him, babe, what does he What's he doing for Stella against me? Quiz him. Why do him and Stella message each other over me? Why are they plotting against me? It's very dangerous. It is. Has he been setting us up?
Bear
Has
with
he
people. Bear with.
Has he been setting us up for months? Yep, ask him. Why would Rangi ask him to put out my address? Quiz him. Yeah, now we're talking. Ask him why Rangi's crew want my address out. They're supposed to safeguard women and kids. LCS News are about safeguarding, so why would they dox me? Oh wow, Stella and Rangi are using him as a weapon. Why is he not happy then? Why is LCS News putting innocent women and kids out? Innocent kids out, but they're defending Preds. My kids are innocent. That man is a Pred. He ain't seen anything wrong. Wow, this guy's weird. Ask Shazad, don't you think Rangi is stupid for going to Bradford? Tell him Rangi's with the government. Rangi is a vigilante, saying he's saving the world. Rangi pretends to be a sheriff. That's a vigilante. Tell him that's not a smart guy. Tell him he has autism. I said, he'll go if I do. Okay, well, say to him, where is Neo? I'm loving this gold dust. Do you remember when you said Neo won't mess with Michelle? Why? How do I bring it back to Neo from this? What do you want me? What should I say? Well, I want to know where Neo is. Just say it. Neo was sharing dolls and having videos. So why would Neo have a video of a 12-year-old and Russell Brand? Ask him, does he think that's normal? LCS News want to endanger me. Ask him, does he think Neo's behaviours are normal with 12-year-old girls? Just ask him and go back to Neo. Tell him Neo was arrested. We have been told. See how he reacts. Haha. He has. Haha, you can hear it. Ask him what are his plans with Stell. Ask him what time did Stell ring him. What do you think of all this? I don't know, it's mad. Ask him why he's been asking him to do anything. Ask what about tonight. Tell him Stell will come for him. What will he do? And then that was stuff Michelle had forwarded to me, I think. Tell him the police said Stell was a woman. He's a twat. I need to sleep, babe. Tell Shazad he's boring you now. I'm going to get some sleep, babe. Love you. I'll ring you when I'm up in the morning. He's trying to set us up. And then that was the end of the call, I would think. There's no more.
So as you can see, and everybody can see this, I'm just gonna minimize here. Yeah, minimize here. Let's bring up this weirdo, Shazad. Shazad, you're a weirdo, mate. Right? I'm a weirdo. Oh, I'm a weirdo. How weird
Yeah.
is that? Having a conversation with somebody who's taking instructions from somebody.
As you can see, I weren't having a conversation with her. When she said, telling me he has autism, I didn't want to do that. So I was like, he'll leave if I do, and I knew she wanted you to carry on talking. So, because I think
Yeah, no,
things
look,
like,
if people find me weird,
where that come from? When she was at that conversation with you and she said, I've seen your court papers, and you said, no, you haven't. And she said, I've seen your prison record. And she said, and in there it says you was diagnosed with autism. And you said, you're full of shit. You ain't seen nothing. I ain't been diagnosed with anything. That's where the autism thing come from. And that's
yeah,
why
no,
she's
but
saying it.
I've been open and honest, but I'm dyslexic and on the spectrum of autism. That's why I struggle when people say, come to my house, and all right, let's go, bake me a cake. And that's what people are picking up as weird is just my autism. All right, I just like I admit it. I've got like I'm on the spectrum of autism, but
But that's why I
autism is a
didn't want to.
spectrum. It is a
I didn't
spectrum.
want to drag that out. Like I was just like, but the easiest way for me to get out of that was to say that you'd leave because I didn't want to say it because it feels mean, you know. But if I'd have said that to her, I'm not saying that because it's mean. She'd have been like, "Well, what you sticking up for him for? You're as
Yeah,
bad as he is." So like I just said, and that's why I said that.
yeah. I mean that's irrelevant. And what I want people to think about is how.
Oh.
Yeah, you take a breather, mate. You take a breather. What I wanted
No,
the
look,
people.
Valerie's saying they believe their own lies. Valerie, I've just showed you. I said nothing in that. Nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Valerie, please come on, you're my friend. Please don't antagonize the situation. Come on, Valerie. Like Valerie and Jazz X and a couple of other people like Don Michael and my followers from before previous campaigns. I would just actually ask you to be,
Oh, Michael and Jazz X have been fine. They haven't said anything. They've
I
just
know.
kept quiet, and then they'll pass their whatever at the end. She's
Yeah,
butting in every 2 minutes,
all right,
and she just winds me up.
I know. Valerie, please, for my sake, can you not
Shut your mouth.
right? You know what? Is you got the mod powers? Why don't you just mute her?
Just fucking get a will. Oh, she
Go
can
mute her.
piss
Go
off.
mute her. So Valerie can't say anything. Bye bye, Valerie, from commenting. But I still love you, and please continue to watch. But no, so you are a mod on this, so you can just block her.
I know, but I feel bad doing that because she's
Don't
your
block her.
friend.
Don't block her. Just mute her so she can't comment. Can you do
Okay.
that?
Yeah, I'm
All
doing
right.
it. I know I can't because she's a mod. Because she's mod, I can't mute her. You will have to do it.
Oh bloody hell, man! What's going on here, Valerie? See, you're a trouble causer, Valerie. You are. I tell you. I'm just gonna remove her as a mod. All right. So remove Valerie as a mod. Right. She's
And then
removed
I'll
now.
mute her.
All right. So, but see, this is the things, Valerie. All right. I've
This is what
told you.
happens when you just keep rattling
No,
on
don't
and
go,
one.
Valerie. Valerie, please don't go. Just sit down and listen. I think it's just because I shouldn't have even had the comments on. You just trigger this woman. So please don't go, Valerie.
It's
But just
only
don't.
Valerie. Valerie, please stay and listen. I just
Yeah.
don't need you. Like, oh, just wait till the end and pass your judgment. Then it's all
Yes.
about.
I think that's
I
a very
don't want
reasonable
you to
request.
leave.
I
You
mean,
know,
this
I
is
don't want anybody to leave. I want everybody to be here. I want everybody to see you. But you're passing judgments about things. Even
yes.
though you've just seen, I said nothing. I weren't prepared to pull him up about being autistic and that because I found it to be mean. So, and you've seen me say nothing and you're still saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I
you
know. I
ain't
know. I
even
know.
giving me a chance to finish. So please don't leave, but just
Yeah.
don't say anything. We had this the other day and I thought we
Yes.
understood that you were going to keep quiet until the end.
Yes, because we are going to have a question and answer session. Look at the schedule, people. It's on my page. We've got a program I put together. All right. So we're working to that program and schedule. Now, the bottom line is that I want everybody to look at this because this is one of the reasons that I wanted.
Nobody's turning the comments off, Vicky. We're leaving them on. We've just muted Valerie because it don't matter. Carry on, Shazad. I'm not
Yeah.
reading them
No, the
anymore.
comments are still up. I mean, but it's
No,
just
I'm just not reading them anymore. That's it. I'm done
yeah.
with the
We're
comments.
not going to
You carry on.
read. You carry on commenting between yourselves, mate. So anyway, the point here, can we please look at the fact that sorry, that's funny. Schedule, LOL, that's funny. Who's this? And look, I don't want to look. The point is, did you just see what she said? And this Vimto, can you please release them on your channel, Vimto
Yes.
Bubbles? And
I
can you
will
remove
release all
and
of
can you
that.
and can you remove your account from being
Yeah,
private
it
as well?
won't
I
be
think
private anymore. I will
yeah,
take it off private and I will upload
yeah.
them thingies so anybody can read them after. Of course, I will.
Okay, all right. So you can see the fact that this is an individual. She's the puppet master, and this is what I think Stell and Paul were. I was like referring to the other day that she's
I
just.
will also release. Sorry to interrupt you again, Shazad. I will also release the 2 messages. The one
Yes.
from the 22nd of November and the very last one. I will also release them to my page because I've already showed them, and they're already out. So I will release them 3 things after the live.
After the live today, but in the background, my live doesn't require any receipts. I just want to clarify to people's understanding here. We're not here to show receipts here. If you want to see receipts, go see Queen Bee who keeps on putting up receipts. There are receipts. I don't think
Yeah,
they're
I'm
employing
also
themselves.
before I release receipts, I'm also going to do a live with Tan. So,
That's right.
you
If you
know,
could
I'm
just let
not
me
going to
finish.
release them receipts. Let me speak to Tan tomorrow. I will
Yeah.
put your messages up so people can read them, the ones from that, because I think it's important that people see that she were badgering me to badger you. So I'll
Yeah.
put that one up. But the actual messages that I said I were going to release, I'm not. I want to speak to Tan first about what
Yeah.
she wants to
So
do.
So obviously, this live has a format, and I'm about spreading love, not hate. With regards to the receipts, these are Vimto's receipts. She will be releasing to Tanya Queen. I think Tanya Queen has had the access to these receipts, and they can go through these themselves, because nothing's hidden now. Everything is coming out, and all I'm asking people to do is be patient and open-minded, and change your mind about certain people. I'm sure, like for example, everybody thinks I'm a weirdo, but if you understand, this is just part of my autism. I just take things literally, and like I like to have a bit of fun and spreading the love. So it puts you in a different perspective. Same with Vimto. You can always argue that Vimto's done X, Y, and Z. Particularly, I think with regards to Jodie Justice, who's very very fuming. The whole dogs children bone thing. Yeah, but can you understand? This was a woman that was trying to please her cult leader, because what you have to understand, if you look at Michelle Matthews as a cult leader, she needs minions to manipulate. She keeps on calling me Rangi's minion, and I've said it so many times, I am not Rangi's minion, but she just says, oh, Thomas is these Rangi's minions and stuff like that. What have I got to do with Rangi's campaign? I've got my own campaign. But she sees things from her own perspective, and she requires minions. And this is the thing, when if you take an objective look at Vimto, you will see her as a vulnerable victim of Michelle Matthews. You can't see that right now because you view her acting independently. But that one bit of information that you've got now, where you can quite clearly see that she's effectively being like a puppet master, all right, controlling every single word. Yes, this is good. Say this. Thank him for this. Say no to him. All right. All this is going to come out now. Queenie in the background is running her several lives, doing this live, and running her own lives in the background, trying to twist the truth. The truth can't be twisted. That evidence speaks volumes that she was controlling and manipulating a vulnerable woman. I'm going to just drop down because Vimt, I'm just going to drop you for a second. Is that okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I'm going to drop you people is because my illustrious leader is coming online. Where is it? And it's Mr. Blockhead. All right. Blockhead Prime is here, everybody. Can we give a round of applause to Blockhead Prime, our illustrious leader, the head of the Blockhead Army, who is, making many videos. Please, can you follow Blockhead? Blockhead is our Blockhead leader who... Hello, Blockhead. Hello. Hello, Blockhead. All right. I don't think Blockhead is going to talk. Well, you were lucky. I was lucky to have him on my live today. Everybody, can we follow Blockhead? That's Bing Bong Blockhead Bing Bong, our illustrious leader of the Blockhead Army. Join our Blockhead Army to troll Stella and Michelle Matthews. Yeah. Let me just bring you back. Sorry about that, Vimto. I was just very...
Oh my God, how disappointing.
Now, everybody thinks I am Blockhead Bing Bong. Now, that's not me, is it, Vimto? Everybody's got the evidence.
But,
I don't speak on live.
well,
Yeah, well,
because
the
your
thing is...
device is about, well, your devices, you're using it, and you said you can't
Yeah,
get to the other one to
yeah.
even show messages. So,
Well, I feel very privileged and honored that Blockhead blessed me with his appearance. He, she, they, them, we don't know who they are, but we love the work, Blockhead Bing Bong. I call him Blockhead Prime out of respect. Blockhead Prime is an awesome individual that has mustered an army. I need to keep my identity secret. Yes, but Blockhead has agreed to reveal who he is very soon on my live, so still a bit of a mystery who he is. But I urge everybody to follow Blockhead Bing Bong and watch the videos, like and share those videos, and come and join the Blockhead Army. All right, the Blockhead Army is simply trolling Michelle Matthews and Stella Andrews. We were trolling Paul Stone as well, but Paul Stone has seen the light. He has defected to the truth. And so I ask everybody to go easy on Paul Stone, Mr. Digital, just as I've asked people to go easy on Vimto, because once people are presented with the truth, we shouldn't hold their past sins against them. So Mr. Digital here was part of this trio that's been terrorizing people, but he has walked away just like Vimto has. But Blockhead and the Blockhead army are here. Just to clarify to people, there's 39 people in the room here today. I just want to clarify that it's nothing malicious, nothing violent. We are just sick of the bullies, and Blockhead Bing Bong has decided to take it upon themselves to get the bullies off this platform. Unlike Stella and Michelle Matthews, who keep on running to the police, I think we're mature enough to deal with these bullies and can are taking the mic. Oh, who's this? Shazad, you are taking the mic. Mr. Yes, I'm always taking the mic. I'm always taking the mic, mate. Try not to take things too seriously. Anyway, Vimto, do you want to say something?
No, I was just saying, I was reading Jamie's message out for you because I know you struggle with it.
Yeah, I'm always taking the piss. I take the shit as well, if in case you're asking.
Oh,
I take the piss and the shit. Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm just a bit flustered because that was unscripted there. But Blockhead coming in, we're not trolling. We're making people aware of their dangerous behavior. That's what Blockhead Bing Bonga said. Prime, you're so cheeky. I am cheeky. I'm a cheeky monkey. Anyway, can we get on with where we were? So as you've seen there, first-hand evidence from Michelle, from that actually the conduct and behavior of Vimto from the outward was being controlled. And also, what I want people to recognize is that, look, this individual, she's a grown ass woman, just like Michelle Matthews says, I'm a grown ass woman doing modeling. All right. Vimto's a grown ass woman being controlled by this narcissistic troll. And Vimto's only crime, if there can be one classed, is that she just wanted a friend. She had lost a friend many years ago and was doing everything to please Queenie. And I think is a great loss for both of them. Particularly, for Vimto, but particularly for Queenie as well. She would have never got a more loyal friend than Vimto. Vimto can be a bitch. She's gonna say it to you here. I'm saying it to her face. She can be a cunt, but she's only a cunt to those that go against her and her friends. And she would lay her life down for her friends and put herself in danger.
Hold on a sec.
All right, so she's gone away somewhere. So I just wanted to say that you've seen the controlling and manipulation. This is what you call as narcissistic control, isn't it? Or coercive control. Yes. If you want a definition of coercive control, you've just seen an example of evidence receipted there. Michelle Matthews has been coercively controlling Vimto, as she has also been coercively controlling others. And that's how these people work. Yeah, that's it. She is narcissistic. Yes. I think, and so all I'm asking people to do is, many people out there, particularly the Blockhead Army, got a lot of hatred for Vimto. I think after seeing that, you can see the fact that we can all be subjected to manipulation and control by others, particularly individuals like Michelle Matthews, who's a larger than life person and has been, presenting all this evidence and so on and so forth. So, Vimto is clearly articulated now. When Vimto comes back, we're going to go from the 10th of November on 2 days late. Go on.
Can you oh God, the receipt that you showed me about the phone calls and that between you and Michelle and stuff, how she was ringing you. Can you pull any of them calls up to show?
I don't. Sorry, why? What are you trying to? What are we trying to?
Nothing. I'm just trying to show that. As like she was ringing you as well. She's not just asked me to ring you, where she's rung you on her own, so that people can see that we ain't just saying this.
No, just hold on a second. Vimto, you know, and I know this, yeah, that Stella records all the calls. You know this, yes? He's out today. Yeah. But you also know from day one, I've told you from day one, in order to protect and safeguard myself, my phone number and address are on my profile, and all my calls are automatically recorded. So every single call and interaction I've had with Queenie is recorded and uploaded to the cloud. So at any time I can produce those receipts. All right, because obviously for my safety, I've always recorded calls because obviously what worries a Pakistani guy like me from Bradford is a woman like Eleanor Williams. In case you don't know who Eleanor Williams is, she's a young English woman, a young girl that went to a DIY shop, got a hammer, beat herself up black and blue with a hammer, and then claimed that it was a Pakistani grooming gun that had done this to her. So these kind of things I have to do, protect my own for my own safety. Record calls, especially with the crazy ass white women like you guys trying to seduce me. All right, so all my calls are recorded. Are you there, Vimto? And I don't think I mean this live, Shazad. I'm ready for bed. Please wind up a bit quicker. I want to have Vimto story, but I'm tired. Who's this? Well, mate, I think I'm giving Vimto.
Sorry, my alarm was going off for my tablet. Sorry, that's what I'm trying to turn it off. It's doing my head in.
Okay,
Right,
okay.
I've done it now.
Okay, Vimto. I think there's people want to be tired. This live runs until 12 o'clock. All right, it's recorded by Mr. Digital here. Just can I give a quick plug to Mr. Digital, Paul Stone? He records everything and puts it on. He puts it on his channel. I'm not going to be playing anything today, Paul, because that was not scheduled. All we're trying to do today is give you the right perspective, and we're moving on to 12th. From the 10th, you've seen this is the message that Vimto sent Queenie on the 10th of November. Now let's look at what happens afterwards, how this relationship actually crashes and burns, and the consequences of what Queenie's going to do next. So that's what we're doing now. And all other stuff can be released at a later time. We're just having a conversation, two friends having a conversation, me and Vimto. So we're at the 10th now of November. Just talk me to the relationship, how we actually broke down, and we're going to play that message of her threatening you.
Right. Is it on your phone? Go and check it in like away from here, because otherwise everybody's going to read it before time. Right. So the 10th of November, I sent her that message saying I was staying away. She didn't answer to that or anything. She just left it. So I walked away. And on the 12th of November, I think it was the 12th, Stella put a video up about Chris. Now you have to bear in mind, Chris is very, very vulnerable. Like, he's, like you've heard him on here. He's really scared. He don't like to say a lot. He don't know whether what he's going to say is going to get him into trouble. So I said to Chris, listen, don't panic. But Stella's put a video up about you. I said, but don't look at it. Just don't panic about it. Do you know what I mean? We can talk it out later, because Chris was in the pub at the time. And Chris said, no.
And what date was this? Vimto, I think you're getting confused.
12th.
Yeah, you're getting confused. Or was it the 12th actually? Was it actually the 12th? Was it? Yes. Okay, all right. So on the 12th, Chris was in the pub, and Stella had put up a video of Chris, and you rang Chris up to explain that, look, don't worry, mate, but Stella's done this. Because that's when you contacted Queenie, because that's the day that your relationship broke down with Queenie, isn't it?
Yeah, and this was why it broke down. So I rang Chris and I said to Chris, and Chris, I ain't blaming you. Listen, let me finish before so I rang Chris and I said, look, Stella's put a video up about you. I don't want you to panic. I'm just telling you before you see it and you think nobody's addressing it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just and he said, no, I ain't having it. And he went and watched the video. And in consequence of that, he then found Michelle and said to Shell, why has Stella put a video up about me? Can you please ask him to take it down? I don't want to be out there. He's put my address up. He's put my face up. Please get him to take it down. And Michelle said, well, I can get him to take it down, because you've all heard the video on Michelle's. But I want you to tell me everything that Vimto said about me, and then I'll get Stella.
No, Vimto, I think you're getting confused here, because the thing is, because that happened much later when me and Chris had a call on the 14th or the 15th. This is the 12th. No. So
yes,
is it right?
Listen,
okay.
Listen. This. Right. It was the 12th that Chris found Shell. Listen, so right. Chris was losing his rag, and he was saying to Michelle, and Shell was saying to him, "You tell me what Vimto's done, and then I'll talk to Stella and I'll get it tucked down." And Chris said, "Oh, she's told me about your kid, and but he was panicking, and he would have said anything, and I mean literally anything, to get Michelle to get that video taken down. you know, and I understand why Chris done that, because you know, he were absolutely terrified of this happening. So he's saying everything and anything he can think of to get Michelle, to get Stell to take the video doing. Anyway,
Okay.
so they end that call. And
Just
Chris,
1 second. I think just let me just interrupt there. I think Michelle didn't believe that when Chris went on to tell her about, you know, Vimto said these things about your kid. She said, well, and then he said a line in it. He said, well, how would I know about your kids? And that just got her, because she said, yeah, of course, Vimto must have said these. All right. So when Chris said that line, that how would I know about these things? And then as far as she was concerned, yep.
but the thing is, everybody on here knows, we've all been in Queen's lives. She tells everybody about her kids and then cries and says, how do people know about my son's illness? How do people know about my
Can
kids?
I just jump in again, please? Can I just come in again? So when I saw her on the live in April or May, she kept on referring to her son as my blue-eyed boy. So when I contacted her son, the boxer, and I said, hello, blue-eyed boy, and then she was going on about that for ages. Oh my God, why is this guy calling my son a blue-eyed boy and stuff? He's a pervert. I was only repeating what she said. So just to back up what you're saying, she says these things and then forgets about it and then claims that, oh, people are doing these things. So just to back you up there, she had already accused me of things that she had come out of her mouth. She calls her son a blue-eyed boy. So I just referred to him as a blue-eyed boy. And then she's like, oh, he's a pervert. He's a pred. He's calling my son a blue-eyed boy. So this is just another scenario where Chris has said something, and it's only the information that she's already put out about her sons, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Chris had said, how would I know? It's clear how Chris knew, because she'd told him herself. She'd been in the car with him. You know, we were talking about stuff in the car, all of us together, when she was on the way to Bradford. So then Queenie then struck up a live straight away. She didn't come and ask me if I'd said anything. She didn't come and ask me. Like, we just hadn't spoke. And instead of coming and asking me if I'd said anything, she then went straight for the live and started saying that I'd give her children's details out. I don't even know her children's details. I know the names. I know that one's a boxer, but it's nothing to what you guys don't all know already anyway. Like, I can't give any more details because I don't know him, you know. And as you listen to my voice notes, that'll become thingy, because it's like, oh, I've been doing this, and this. That I've been to such and such, and I've done this, and oh, by the way, how are you? At the end, that's it. This is where I said, you know nothing about me, and I know everything about you. And that weren't me saying. It was just me saying, look, I've took time to listen to you and this rangy shit and everything else for hours and hours and hours, and you've never bothered to even ask me a question about myself, so you don't know anything about me. And that was where that statement come from when I said it to her.
Yep. Can you just tell us then the voice message which we're going to play now? That was a very horrific. It's on my page actually as well, when she just goes for you, and it's very visceral.
I can't find Mark, because when Mark he'd had enough and he deleted his WhatsApps from her, so I haven't got the initial
let me try to
backwards and forwards between me and Michelle.
No, just wait on a minute. We have reports. Wait on a minute. Let me just try to find out. Wait on a minute. I think it does need to be played, and this is why it's important to have a dress rehearsal for these things, because we can get everything in order then. Let me see. Because we can get everything in order. Oh dear. Just 1 second, please. It's the one where she goes totally ballistic on you and starts calling you all sorts of stuff. Wait on a minute. Oh bloody hell! I can't even find it now.
It's where I sends Mark the WhatsApp voice notes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna see if I can find it. No, I can't seem to find it. Is it this one? I'll just try this one.
Let's keep women safe on.
Oh yeah, this one. Yeah, this one.
Retarded or twisted.
Just one second.
The haters just be lying about me because they are all jealous how beautiful and sexy I am.
This is a video I made.
Whatever you hear about me in the next 24
so this is on my page.
False. People are going to say things.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Just listen to this message that Vimto got on the 12th.
14 bullshit. Don't ever pick on my fucking son. What are you lying for? I've never told you he's a virgin on me, you fucking idiot. How dare you? Think you know my life? Think you can go chatting fucking shit to get a reaction out of me? Is that what you want, Kez? Do you want a fucking reaction? Do you want a fucking reaction? Because you know what? You tried this shit with Jodie. You go for the kids, don't you? You go for the fucking kids because it's the easy option for you. Don't think you're going to bully my fucking son. Coming up with your bullshit. Do you know what? It was sad. And you think you can